Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. Today we're starting things off at the glacier biome and I'm trying some weird tricks. I don't really know why, but I'm trying some weird tricks. Today we are going to jump pretty much straight into it today because we got another mega project to take care of. And this is going to be a big one, as you know. That's why it's a mega project. Down below here is my slime farm. And I gotta say, this was built super early in the season without any resources. And that looks really, really cool. It was part of our original starter base, the underwater base. But if we break into this thing, which is not really the best thing to do, but I can't remember how to get in here. If we break into this thing, you can see this is where I get all my iskallium from. And I gotta be honest, this farm is pretty good. It's pretty good. But the one problem I'm having with it is it could be a lot more mega. It's actually very much not mega at the moment. And the reason it's not mega is because I dug all of this out, all these 3 chunks, 2 layers, without a beacon. So I couldn't insta-mine at the time. And I don't even know if I had an efficiency 5 pickaxe because this was literally like episode 2. And yeah, it's kind of, it doesn't look very good either. It's lit up with torches and stuff. It works, but I think it can be a lot better. We are actually at Y level 34 here, but slimes spawn from Y level 39, which is this top platform, all the way down to bedrock. And what that means, why is there a, what is happening over here? Oh, there's like a little space here. Hello, bat. I'm sorry, I really don't like bats in Minecraft. But yeah, slimes spawn all the way down to bedrock, which means that we could pretty much dig all of this out all the way down and make platforms. And I also remember building this not having any pumpkins or barely any iron. These iron golems are actually made from harvested iron. Can you believe it? Not actually farmed iron, which feels really, really weird. So I couldn't even fill the last spot, which obviously is going to make the farm more inefficient as well. But the way this works, just to remind myself and you, is that the slime spawn, they jump towards the iron golems. They be like angry at them. They're like, how stupid iron golem. And then they fall down here and they die on top of the magma blocks. And then underneath this, I have minecarts running back and forth, picking up the slime balls, and then they're unloading it over there. This farm doesn't even have a proper unloading system. This is just terrible. Like, all of this is so old school for this season. Gotta say though, the spawn rates are absolutely insane. Anyway, the whole reason I want to make this better is, of course, because of Sahara. We've been working on the supply chains for Sahara. We've been doing the wither skeleton farm. We've been doing the mega ice farm. All of these things are leading up to being able to sell things at ridiculous prices. Imagine us being able to produce so much slime blocks that we can't even burn them. That's how many slime blocks I want to be able to produce and sell at Sahara. I'm seriously thinking that I want to sell a stack of slime blocks for 1 diamond. The current price is 1 stack of slime balls for 1 diamond. So that's like 9 times as cheap. One thing that I'm actually super excited about changing or fixing is the collection system. Because at the moment, as you can see, slime balls are just getting stuck. I mean, this is the storage system that I could afford at the time. You gotta appreciate that this farm has fed me with infinite slime blocks pretty much, or infinite iskallium blocks pretty much throughout this season. And it's basically just been voiding so many slime balls. So I definitely want to install, once the farm is done, like a proper shulker box loader of some sort that takes care of all the drops. And just as a fun little calculation, if I were to dig all of these blocks away in all these 3 chunks, all the way down to Y level 5, which is essentially the bedrock starting layer, I would dig away 22,000 blocks. That's quite an undertaking. And actually there's more than that, because I have to dig away this trench as well, this 3-wide trench. Despite it being quite a big task and a lot of blocks, it is now done. And this, whew, this looks insane. This looks absolutely incredible. And I gotta say a big thank you to Grian, who came along and actually helped me dig out some of this as a true Architect Sahara member. We actually did it as part of a live stream. And so some of you may have seen the process of us digging it out. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I love digging blocks in Minecraft. It did, however, take quite a dent on my pickaxe supply, so I think I want to go and repair these. But rather than using the Guardian farm or the gold farm, I'm gonna try using the Ender Pearl farm or the Enderman farm. Hey, dudes, seriously, we're having a cuddle party here. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is not working out. There are too many Ender Pearls, and I don't have any deletion system for them, so they're just bunking up right now and essentially lagging out the server. So I've repaired all my pickaxes, and I'm just trying to pick up all of these stray XP orbs from when I walked away here, put them into my shovel. And what I can say is that this thing is definitely not as fast as the Guardian farm. Definitely not as fast as the Guardian farm. But it has another perk. It is very, like, I don't have to do much. I swing a few times, then I can do other things while it's repairing my pickaxe for the next 2 minutes, because it takes so long to pick up all the XP orbs. So now that I got all my pickaxes repaired, the construction of the actual farmy bits can start. And I gotta say, for some weird reason, I mean, this is a good thing, but this farm is insanely quick, or this area spawns so many slimes despite me not being alone on the server. I mean, I must have passively done a really good job. Come on, guys. I must have passively done a really good job of lighting up caves, etc. around my base, because this is just redonkulous. I mean, I'm actually super excited to see if this farm is going to be mega producing slimes, because this is with no platforms. And I have to leave these guys here. I don't want to kill them, because if I do, I open up spawn spaces for new mobs. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, that is the first rails installed. I need the same on this side here, because that's the trenches where the slimes will fall down. We're gonna put the magma blocks on top here. And I think the very first thing I want to do, instead of installing the platforms, is probably work on... Oh, for goodness sake, there's a beacon right here. No. Oh, that is not a good thing. That beacon plops up right here. Okay. That may be problematic with what kind of plan I have here. I guess I could bring the items further back. I mean, to solve this beacon issue, I could just do this and run the items underneath the beacon and then shoot them up somewhere along here. So then I gotta know where this plops up, I guess. Because I have a really cool plan of what I want to do with all the slime balls. So this makes me plop out right here, which... yeah, I think I can make that work. I think I can make that work with the plans that I have. That means that the other one should be like right here somewhere, which is even better. Because I'm going to have two outputs, because we have two trenches. Slight change of plans. This was where I was originally going to shoot the items up. And because of the bedrock formation here, and also because I think it's going to look a little bit better, I must switch it to over here. So just 2 blocks to the side. And that way... I can do something like this, and that would work. And then I'll do that and have powered rails here, and then these blocks here, and repeaters. And this will just, that's just your classic unloading system. I think that's good. Here we can hopefully fit a little bit of a clock. Almost. I have to do something like that. Boom. Okay. Sweet. So we're gonna have a bubble vader here that runs all the way up. So I think that's the next thing I should install. And this is only one of the sides, but all of that should be good. So if this minecart now comes traveling, oh, for goodness sake, come on. Let's push it all the way back. Here it comes back, and it stops. Everything is good. We should see slime balls being shot out from that dropper. Oh no. Ah, okay. This hopper is gonna get powered by this torch or that block, which means that, or by the comparator actually, that's powering that block, which means that it will be locked until the the minecart goes back. Yeah, that's not ideal, because with 3 minecarts constantly picking up items, that may actually cause enough delays for this thing to fail. And there's bedrock there, so I can't reroute those. I also need that to be a full block. I guess we will run it like this and hope that it doesn't clog up the system. I'll keep an eye out on it. Repeaters there. Blocks here. Blocks here. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. And that is the second rail installed, I think. This one was very tricky because we are building on the bedrock level here. I have to find ways, unless I want to try and break the bedrock, I have to find ways to route the hoppers. This dropper here, that's going to be our second item tower. This one is all linked up and shoots all the way up to the glacier. And because everybody knows that ice is the best thing ever and everybody cares about ice, this here should create a bubble vader right immediately now. Fantastic! Yes! I can't think of a single person that doesn't understand how powerful ice is. So we have one exit there and the other exit there. That's actually really perfect. That turned out great with those 2 placements. So with our item transportation methods done, or at least up to the glacier biome, we can actually start to put in the farm, like the actual stuff that is going to spawn the slimes. And I guess also the killing mechanism, which is going to be, well, the luring mechanism, which is going to be the iron golems. I discovered the following during a stream, and this is actually pretty cool. We're going to have our platforms be 2.5 blocks tall. And this is because large slimes, which is the largest ones, the three slimes, the triple slimes, they are actually 2.4 blocks tall. So they fit and should spawn in a platform that looks like this. And one thing that I discovered together with my stream chat the other day was that they actually jump quicker when it's like this, because they don't have as much wiggle room to jump like up and down. So they hit the ceiling, and because of that they will chase the iron golem quicker. And yeah, that's just a very good thing. Very good thing. So the platforms that I'm going to build, the very lowest one is going to be flush with the magma blocks here. And then the next one and all the ones after are going to be slabs. This also allows me to fit, I think it's 11 or 13 platforms rather than 9, which would have been the case with full blocks. So that should also increase the efficiency. And I realized that in the beginning of this video, I blasted the use of torches in the farm. My previous design had torches because I was poor. But in my testing, I've actually realized that torches is going to be the best way to light these up. Because if we do go with the 2.5 platforms, we can't fit a full block, because then the large slimes would get stuck. So, nope, we're going to have to light it up using torches. And I just had another realization. I can't just put one of these platforms on top of this. I actually need to fill the bottom layer here in with solid blocks, because slimes will spawn even if I torch it up. So small slimes would spawn here and take up the spawning spots, and we don't want that. So I guess, yeah, the very first thing I should do is just cover it all with cobblestone. Solid cobblestone bottom floor covered with the first platform, second platform, and I actually even made the third platform. But before I continue this massive progress, I mean, making these 3 platforms and the cobblestone took me over an hour. So yeah, this is a bit time consuming. But before I continue that, I want to install or lay out where the golems are going to go. And what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 of these things. So that means, this is F3 and G, by the way, to show the chunks. So that means I should go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these 2 blocks should be in the center of that chunk, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Okay. That is in the center of the chunk. So that means that in here, oh, for goodness sake, there's lava there. So with the lava being cleared, those are the 4 blocks right there where I'm going to fit my first golem. I also brought some nicer looking blocks, because essentially with this farm, I want to design the entire walls. and make this look really, really cool. That's like the final goal of this. So I figured the whole golem holding cells we should design right now, because once we fit the golems here, it's going to be very tricky. And yeah, this farm so far is absolutely insane. The spawn rates are ridiculous. It's almost like I'm a little bit scared, because yeah, it doesn't seem normal. It doesn't seem normal at all. I don't know if I particularly personally like this change of having to carve out pumpkins. I mean, I guess it does make sense. Just makes it a little bit more grindy when you need jack-o'-lanterns and carved out pumpkins. Okay, so if my theory is correct, we're gonna be able to spawn a golem right here, like that. I think those blocks has to go when we spawn him. Come alive! Yes, okay, no. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, don't panic. They have a lot of health. He's gonna be chilling in there, and I don't think we need the second glass layer, but he is now completely safe. No slime is gonna be able to get in there. And the cool thing is, according to my testing, these slimes that spawn on this platform and the slimes that spawn on the next platform will both track this golem. And a slime will track a golem 16 blocks. So that means he's standing 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 blocks away from this block here, which split in two is 11. So logically, if we put another one on this side, slimes will always immediately find a golem. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to have one of these per chunk per every other layer. There's going to be a lot of golems in this farm. I mean, hopefully they don't take up too much of the server's performance. Okay, so all the golems on the bottom layer has been installed, or the bottom two layers. And as you can see, the slimes... I don't know why this is so satisfying, but the slimes will spawn and they will just... yeah, they just immediately go to a golem. Now, obviously, the very first area here can't actually spawn slimes when we're standing here, because we are within the 25 blocks. But we should see slimes on both platforms drop down or go towards the golems. We're gonna need some kind of overlooking mechanism for this farm, essentially. That would be so sweet. But yeah, look at that guy. And there you can see the jumping speed as well. It's so quick with the 2.5 gap, so I think it's absolutely worth it. But I think everything is good. I have to remember to install the minecarts though, because they're actually not installed at the moment. I should probably do that now, so that I don't get a ton of entities climbing up as I get more and more platforms here. And the minecarts are up and running. Sweet. Literally, I'm probably right now just shooting slime blocks up in the sky in the glacier. Yep, that is exactly what's happening. Oh, that looks so funny. I am making some very good progress in the farm. I've now got 2 layers of the iron golems, and it's actually... please do math right this time. So that's 3 plus 3, that's 6 times 2 is 12. I did it. I actually did it. 24. Anyway, I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 platforms done. Unfortunately, this is taking me a lot longer than I thought it would. I've been at this all day, and as you can see as well, like the spawn rates are pretty ridiculous. They're pretty ridiculous. But yeah, I'm running very, very low on time for this video, so I think what we'll do is I'll probably leave it at this, and we will perhaps do a stream. If so, I'll announce it on my Twitter page or my Twitch page. Make sure you follow me and finish it, because I did want to do one more thing today in regards of Sahara. So I'm gonna pack up my stuff, I guess, or just leave it here. That's probably a thing. Make this ender pearl throw. Yep. Okay. I'll just take the stairs. So what we're gonna do is something that I know a lot of you guys have been asking in the comments. The Sahara list. Let's try and figure out what we at Sahara could actually sell at this moment in time. Because, believe it or not, we've had a ridiculous amount of stuff going on with Sahara, but I don't think either of us has figured out what we want to sell, and that's really weird. So one thing that's a given is the beacons or nether stars, slime blocks, ice for sure, ender pearls question mark. Because I'm not sure if we are actually going to sell the ender pearls, but we have the capability of. Carrots and potatoes. Mambo is working currently on a massive pumpkin and melon farm, which is, by the way, absolutely insane. He told me about his plans and I almost fell off my chair. So I'm well excited to see that one. Sugar canes and rockets. I mean, these sales, the carrots to rockets these are pretty like easy to farm for anyone. I just thought of a big one. Dyes. Dyes. We should definitely make it so that we can stock up on dyes. I mean, if we take a look at the lab, we do have cocoa beans here. We could take this concept of a farm or make it better and make an industrial sized cocoa bean farm. I've never done that, so that would be exciting. Then we have all of these dyes, of course, and the mixtures. I don't think it's going to be too hard to get a dye farm. The cactus is infinite in this machine here, so that's not a problem either. And I mean, lapis, yeah, that's a mineable object, but I think dyes is a really good idea. That means that we do need to build some more industrial sized farms though. Concrete and concrete powder. Now, once 1.14 comes, if you didn't know that, by the way, we are totally planning on updating this world to 1.14. We're not planning on resetting or anything like that. We want to continue to play in 1.14. That means that we can make use of the TNT blasting that came out in this very world. And I think Mambo would love to take on the task to make his concrete farm here on the Hermitcraft server. So concrete is a great thing to sell. That also, of course, requires sand and gravel. Quartz is always a thing that sells very good in town. So I think that's also something that we want to be selling. And possibly even glass. Now, one thing that I've always been curious about is how efficient it would actually be to buy glass off of the villagers. Because you have this right here, 1 emerald for 5 glass. The problem with this is that 1.14 is coming out and this will not be a viable thing anymore. But consider the following. Emeralds are pretty much free for me. They're an infinite resource. All I gotta do is stand here, use this emerald machine and trade with this guy. And all of these things, of course, gets reset once I run out of items. So I am producing the trading materials quicker than I can trade with this guy. The only thing it takes is for me to stand here and trade. So with that knowledge, would it be quicker to acquire tons upon tons of glass trading using this trade than to actually farm the sand? I am not sure about that one. Farming the sand is one thing, and then you also, of course, need an industrial smelter, which Mambo just recently built. So maybe that is the way to go. I'd be curious to see down below in the comments what you guys think. If anyone has tested that out properly, that would be super interesting to read. But I definitely feel like we should be selling glass. Redstone components. So Mambo has the witch farm, so we should be able to compete with Cherry Computers. That being said, though, I believe that Cherry Computer's main customer is possibly me and Mambo. And yeah, that's not great. I think this is a pretty good starting list for sure. We got a lot of good stuff here that we can sell. And I mean, there are more things to come. So we're going to head over to Sahara. And I also want to show all of you guys the progress that has been made on the Sahara warehouse, because the other day me and Mambo actually made a stream. For those of you who missed it, you can go on Mambo's channel or my Twitch channel and check out our VODs, the video on demand that's saved after the stream. But let me show you the progress that we made. This was quite a fun thing to do live on a stream, to build all of these modules, but at the end of it, we actually managed to get all of the modules complete. And when I say complete, I'm referring to the very first base of the warehouse storage module. So these things here, the yellow and the orange things, are what's going to be storing the items. So every module will be storing one item. And the reason we need these modules is because these will be packing them down into the right amount of quantities into shulker boxes. So when the customer orders something, they get an instant delivery. Whereas if we wouldn't have these systems, they would have to stand and wait for hopper, which we don't want. So that's why we need these. But these also need to have counters and pulse extenders connected to them. And we started that work over here. So every machine needs something that looks a little bit like this to be connected to them. And that's another thing that me and Mambo decided that we should probably do in a live stream, but we'll see how that goes, because I know that both of us are a bit stretched for time at the minute. When it comes to kind of getting our schedules aligned. And whilst we were doing that, Grian made this, which is equally as important, of course, to the to Sahara. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is the weirdest feature of Minecraft. So, what we're gonna do is put our... Ooh. Okay, this has been broken into. Let's put our book in here in the product stock lists. Let's do this as well. Let's change these iron blocks out for some sea lanterns. That looks cool as well. That should still work. Oh, that's such a good door. Such a brilliant redstone design. And I'll send a PM to the others in Architect and letting them know that I've made a stock list in case they want to update it. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, do hit the like button down below. If you're brand new, consider subscribing, and I'll see you dudes in the next episode.